Welcome back, it's me again, Michaela, here to provide you with my third quarter inquiry project. So let's get started with my question. This quarter's driving question is what were the different roles of soldiers during World War I? And just like last time, I won't be boring, so I'll be playing Battlefield 1, which, takes place during World War I. The three roles I will be describing and showing in-game include your basic soldiers, more specifically the Harlem Hellfighters, tank drivers, and fighter pilots. So we'll start as the Harlem Hellfighters, or the 369th U.S. Infantry Unit. The name Harlem Hellfighters was created because the unit was from Harlem, New York, and the Germans called them the Hellfighters because they were so ferocious. The Harlem Hellfighters were one of the first U.S. units to enter the war, as well as one of the last units to leave the war, for a total of 191 days at war. The Hellfighters were an African-American unit, causing them to suffer from a lot of verbal abuse and harassment. They were often framed for crimes or assaulted for doing simple tasks. The Hellfighters were your basic soldiers, and their typical weapons were rifles that often contained bayonets, or a short knife at the barrel, and a Colt .45 caliber 1911 pistol as a sidearm. The rifle could also contain a grenade discharge attachment. Soldiers often used the machine guns with tripods to be set up at any location. And just before those clips, you saw I was in a tank, so that'll take us to our next topic, tank drivers. The tank driver we'll be playing as is in a Mark V tank. Mark IV was actually one of the best tank series during World War I. The name tank was actually a code name to deceive spies into thinking that they were constructing water tanks. William Trenton designed prototypes for the first British tanks. The tanks were heavy, so slow that I could run past them even though I was clearly behind the tank, and uncomfortable for crew members and really loud. The British built around 2,600 tanks and armored vehicles, but unfortunately most of them broke down before leaving base or while driving.
Give us a break. What?
So she needs new spark plugs.
Get any traction! Push her back! Shut off that, you can't fly with me, am I? No traction, sir. I can't move her!
As well as easily getting stuck in craters from artillery. Eventually, tanks performed better in the Battle of Cambrai, which you're seeing now. Planes also often flew over tanks to drown out the noise, which leads up to our last topic. Here I am playing as a Royal Flying Corps fighter pilot. Pilots follow the basic rules such as keeping the sun behind them, following through with attacks once they've started, and attacking in groups of 4 to 6. At the beginning of the war, pilots simply dropped grenades from the plane, but later in the war, planes were equipped with machine guns at the front of the plane to be used by another soldier.
The most famous fighter pilot could be considered to be Manfred von Richthofen, or the Red Baron. His first kill was in September 1916, and by April 1918, he had a total of 80 kills, the most by any pilot. He used his wingmen to distract enemies before swooping in from above and delivering a barrage of machine gun fire. Fortunately, he was wounded while fighting at the Somme River and was buried with full military honor.
So to answer my question, some of the roles during World War I included normal soldiers that went over the top, spent their time in disgusting trenches, and did most of the hand-to-hand or gun-to-gun combat. Tank drivers who spent their time in innovative yet uncomfortable and unreliable tanks that eventually improved and evolved to the great tanks we have today. Fighter pilots who also revolutionized the war with tons of air combat and to help give us the war aircraft we have today. Many soldiers in every role lost their lives to fight. We will remember them and we greatly appreciate them. That wraps up my third quarter inquiry project. Here are some bonus clips that relate to some of the things we learned in class.